First demand is that the City of Burnaby stop demovictions immediately. We demand that they put an immediate moratorium on demolishing rental apartment buildings. They don't need a special law to do that, which they say that they do. All that they have to do is stop allowing rezoning applications. Developers buy this building and the law says that can only be 3 stories high. They apply to the City of Burnaby for an exemption to that law to build to 27 stories. When the City of Burnaby receives that application, they can say, no, we're not interested. Instead, they say, yes, we're going to give you that money and the value of your land's going to go up 300% overnight. Our second priority is that everyone who's been demovicted needs to be rehoused by the City of Burnaby and the province of British Columbia. At a meeting on Thursday night, Burnaby planners told us that Burnaby does not take responsibility for rehousing people. They didn't say that they cannot take responsibility. They didn't say that they're unable to take responsibility. They said that they do not take responsibility for rehousing people. So the people who are pushed out here are pushed out on their own. There was a man who lived in this unit for 24 years who didn't understand that he was being evicted. The day of June 30th, when eviction day came, Amicon called him and said if he wasn't out by nightfall, they would send the bailiffs to put his things in the street. He called his nephew to come and pick him up, and I saw them moving his things out into the back of a pickup truck without boxes to move to sleep on his nephew's couch in Chilliwack. This is the organized systemic displacement of people out of this community and the breaking up of these working class spaces. Our third priority is to throw out the Metrotown downtown plan. Our criticism of the demovictions crisis is that the city is prioritizing developers over people's lives and allowing the mass demolition of people's homes. Right now, 350 units of housing in the Metrotown area are scheduled to be demolished under Burnaby's demoviction plans. In response to this criticism, they introduced a new plan that will extend those demovictions to every single low-rise apartment in the Metrotown area. The Burnaby Downtown Plan will effectively rezone every apartment building from Boundary to Royal Oak and Imperial to the other side of Kingsway, affecting approximately, at a very low estimate, 3,000 units of housing that lower income and working people live in today. And the staff that has made this plan have no idea where those people will go and no interest in supporting them in going there. It is a plan to demolish these communities and push people out into uncertainty. Instead of the Downtown Metrotown Plan, we're calling on the City of Burnaby to start a local area planning process that involves the people most vulnerable in this community to make a plan for the future of the city. They say they need to densify and accept more people coming in. Let's figure out how they can do that without replacing the people who are here now. One more. Our fourth demand is that we want the city to declare city-owned lands for social housing in order to pressure provincial and federal governments to build social housing in Burnaby. The demovictions crisis is not only that people are being pushed out of these places, it's that people can't even afford to live in these apartments to begin with. It's that people are living 4 people to a 1-bedroom apartment and paying 2/3 of their income towards rent. These people should be living in social housing, in non-market housing where their rents can be adjusted to their incomes and they can have security. And the Mayor of Burnaby again says housing is a federal and provincial government responsibility, not ours. While the City of Burnaby holds more than 400 lots in the city, and they could dedicate those 400 lots to social housing and push the federal and provincial governments to build. So we're going to hear from residents of this block, people who used to live in this building, people who are homeless on the street, and supporters in similar struggles around the Lower Mainland today at this rally. And it's so wonderful to gather people here because setting up our tent every day, we've been talking to people one at a time and we hear people's uncertainty and people's anger and people's hopes for change. And we think that bringing people together, we can better articulate those hopes and actually march forward and make that change. So